my wooden painted cat called Evanescence. The name was given to it by the person that's going to receive this piece, the buyer. This piece is going to be going over to the US now, so I've decided to make this video right before I send it. I really love this piece, I do, and I do intend to make more like it. This is one of a kind at the moment, this way of making a piece. It's actually made from 3 separate pieces of wood that I've shaped and then stuck one on the other to layer into this kind of quite symbolic cat form. You know, you've got the body is almost like a crescent moon. The head is also like a crescent shape, and I love the eyes. I'm really, really proud of these eyes. And then the back piece is like the back legs and the tail. So I just sort of devised a way to really simplify the cat form like that. And I'm really, really happy with it. I'm really happy with the eyes, as I say. I'm happy with the way that these lines spiral into the eyes, giving a real depth in the face. And the dot work, of course, came out really nice colours on this green piece. It's quite mystical. As much as a lot of my work is mystical, this piece is, I feel, particularly mystical in tone and colour. The cat has been sat at the top of my what was a bookshelf, but which now houses a lot of my sort of art and things. It's been sat at the top of there because I found it works really, really well, sort of just above head height, sort of looking down across the room. I feel like that's where it's best suited. And I'd like to share the story about the fundamental inspiration for this cat. It was quite a tragic event, actually. But basically, I was walking home late one evening, and I saw this, really beautiful black cat crossing the road. And unfortunately, a really fast car was coming down and pummeled into the poor cat at high speed. And there was no chance it was going to survive after that. And yeah, it was quite graphic. It was quite graphic to see and hear. And I stayed with the cat as it died very, very shortly after the car had hit it. It was very obvious that was the case. It was a mess, but I did stay with it in those last few moments, just because I thought, it would have felt weird to just walk off at that moment. It sort of seemed like I should just stay with it, so it has at least some company in its last few... I know this sounds really weird, but it felt like I should give it some company in its last few moments, rather than just, leave it to the silence of the night. But yeah, quite sad to see that. And I just had this inspiration to do I was just going to do maybe a painting or a drawing as kind of tribute, I suppose, to the cat, or just something to sort of console myself, I suppose, in a weird way. I mean, I am an artist, so when I see something like that, I'm quite sensitive to it, and it can often inspire something, and so you turn something quite melancholic and quite sad into something happy and joyful. And that, eventually led to what you see up there, which is a small, very nice art object, small piece of sculpture that I've made, and it's now found a nice new home in America, where I'll be sending it. And it's really interesting that the buyer should name it Evanescence. They've decided that that's what they're going to call it, because if you go and look at the definitions of the word evanescence and its Latin origins, you'll see that really is in parallel with the backstory that I've just told you about this piece. And the person that bought it, when they named it Evanescence, didn't know that backstory, so quite the coincidence. And I hope that it can bring some joy and some peace to the new owner. Here I have a little wooden cat. I haven't made this one, but that's just a cat that I've had since I was really young. It's one of my favourite things. It's always on my windowsill. It came to university with me when I stayed away from home, and sat in the windowsill there. It's one of my favourite things that I've got, this little wooden cat. I just thought I'd share that as well, because that obviously in some way inspired my cat up there as well. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little showcase and talk about my cat piece. I'm going to be making more videos like this where I just look at specific pieces of work and talk a little bit about the piece. I haven't really gone into much of the symbology. I've gone into the backstory with this piece, but I think with some paintings and things that I'm going to discuss in future videos, there's going to be a lot of symbolic depth to unravel. So I'm looking forward to articulating a lot of the symbology in my artwork. So yeah, please subscribe for those future videos, and yeah, thanks guys, see you later.